Well, the Eiteljorg Museum of American Indians and Western Art is in the home stretch of a $55 million capital and endowment campaign. The goal of Project 2021, Telling Your Stories, to raise an additional $6 million by May of next year. And I'm pleased to welcome to the show, as always, Eiteljorg CEO John Vanausdall, and to talk about the goals of the campaign and what is really a transformation at that very important museum. John, as always, welcome.
Thank you, Gary.
Well, let's talk about this. Very ambitious capital campaign over a number of years, a capital and endowment campaign, part of a strategic process. I know you're very happy about where you are. You set out the goal of 55. You're in the final stretch.
We are. We're trying to raise an additional $40 million for our endowment to sustain our operations into the future, and about $15 million for some capital projects that will really enhance what we offer to the public.
Well, let's talk about the substantial nature of this campaign and what actually it's funding. I think transformational is an overused word, but I think accurate in this stage. There are a lot of areas of the Eiteljorg that haven't changed since opening in 1989. Talk about how this campaign is going to change that and some of the improvements, the enhancements that are going to be made there at the museum.
Well, the revision of the permanent galleries is core to this project. That includes the Western American galleries, which were remodeled in 2018. And the capstone project will be the complete revision of the upper floor where the Native American galleries are. And as you said, those largely haven't been touched since we opened the building in 1989. So it's really time for a change.
Yeah, and you've got, like I said, so many areas of the museum are being impacted by this. Among them, the children's area and educational components. How will that change in terms of the experience of young people coming to the Eiteljorg?
Well, this is near and dear to me. In 2005, when we expanded the museum, we added the education center, the Nine Mason Pulliam Education Center. And in 2010, we added an interactive exhibit called the Arbiana's Western Family Experience. And it's about real people, real stories, real families, and their histories connected to the West and Native America. And we're completely updating that. There are 5 new family stories. It's all interactive. We've opened the space up, and it includes a library and resource centers that teachers and students have access to. So books, periodicals, computer stations, hands-on kits. It was a hit before, but it's going to feel like it's twice as big, and there's so much more to do in the revision.
Yeah, before we wrap up, John, I think I should mention the Eiteljorg is such an asset to the community, to our quality of life, quality of place, and attracting talent here. But to raise these funds, to make these improvements, to go through the pandemic without laying off employees, really a testament to what's going on, I think, at the Eiteljorg.
Well, I agree that it's what the Eiteljorg is choosing to do, but we live in an incredibly generous community, and I have to thank them. The foundations and the individuals who support places like the Eiteljorg stepped up even in bigger ways during the pandemic, and we were able to continue the progress of this campaign. So we've maintained our staff base, haven't had to let anyone go due to COVID, and we've come out of this in very good shape, and can't wait till 2022 and we finish all these projects and open them for the public to enjoy.
A lot of people will be looking forward to that. John Vanausdall, the president and CEO at the Eiteljorg. John, congratulations on the campaign. We look forward to seeing the finished product.
Thank you so much, Gary.
All right. Well, coming up in our next